As they heat up, the termites open and close the vents on the sides, and they keep the colony running at 21 degrees. Up here in the central bio corridor, spend a lot of my time out here because it's so fascinating. And probably to me, one of the most fascinating aspects out here is stuff you don't see. And this is a case in point. This mountain next to me. This is a termitarium. It's made by termites. Now, commonly in South Africa, they're called white ants. They're not ants, they're termites. One of the major differences being that termites are herbivores, ants are carnivores. So these guys eat plant material, and normally dead plant material. They're one of our major components that recycle plant material in the wild. Now, if I told you that if I took all the animals in Africa, that includes all the birds, all the mammals, everything, and I weighed them, and then I just took the termites and I weighed them, I'd have a greater biomass of termites than all the other animals put together. That's how many there are out here. But you don't see them because they're underground. Now this is a part of a colony. The colony can stretch for a hectare. So this mound, that mound over there, all belong to the same colony. Now the mounds are actually fascinating in themselves. The snouted harvester termite, this one, what they do is they drill right down into the water table. Water table here is sitting at about 2 to 3 meters. So it's not that far, but they can go down 100, 150 meters in some areas. The soil that they take out of those holes, they use for the mound. Now, using capillary action, water then rises up into the colony. In the colony, they've got big chambers where the termites live, and they're very special chambers. They need to hold them at 80% humidity. The mounds are actually solar panels. As they heat up, the termites open and close the vents on the sides, and they keep the colony running at 21 degrees year-round. Now, the humidity and the temperature are very important. You see, these termites don't have the bacteria in their guts needed to break down lignant plant material. So what they do is they take the plant material into the colony, into those chambers, and they grow a fungus on them. Any mushroom farmer will tell you that you need heat and humidity. So using solar technology, way before we did, and pumping without using a pump, they are farming mushrooms, and then they eat the fungus. So, as I've always said, nature did it first. Fascinating little animals. It is a colony, so it's run by the queen. Now the queen is a big fat termite, and she can lay up to 10,000 eggs a day. And she needs to do that because the colony is so big. Obviously, the termites will die off according to their age, and you need to replace them. So all she does is lay eggs all day. But at certain times of the year, especially after the first rains, what you'll find is the termite elites, as we call them, the new kings and queens. That is elite, not elite. They will have wings and they will grow and fly off. So you'll get the so-called flying ant. Again, not an ant, it's a termite. They will then disperse and they'll form new colonies. Now what is interesting is traditionally in Africa, those flying termites, those elites, are a very rich form of protein for birds, animals, all sorts of things. I've even watched leopards lapping them up. But humans will also eat them. And that is because 1 kilogram of termite is the protein equivalent of 7 kilograms of beef, which is why there is an idea that insects could become a major food source for human race. Of course, it's really only us Europeans that don't eat termites on a continuous basis. Most other people on Earth do. And before anybody goes, yeah, just remember that if you look at prawns and crayfish, those are actually insects. They all belong to the same order. So I guess we do eat insects in a way. Anyway, just in case it bugs somebody. Okay, here in the corridor we've got 2 species of termites. The snouted harvester termite with the bigger mound that's made of soil, and then this one. This is a fynbos species. This is the black mound termite. Now, whereas the snouted harvester termite, they use soil for their nest, these guys use their dung. This is fresh. This is termite dung. So Being black, of course, it heats up a lot better and a lot quicker than the white soils. So just another interesting little twist. But increased biodiversity, more stable environment. Thanks again for your time. Please feel free to ask any questions. Give us a thumbs up.